So my goal with improving my intercultural competency was to have more emotional resilience. And the way I attacked that issue was just asking for more feedback from my boss. And when I had a project, just checking in with her and making sure that I was doing everything well. And something that went well with that is when I got really good feedback. It was a scary thing, but my boss gave me good feedback. She gave me productive ways that I could improve, and it turned out to be a really positive thing. Maybe something that didn't go as well is I wanted to check in with her like every couple weeks. I think it was every 2 weeks. And I definitely didn't check in as frequent as I would have liked to. And I think it was a challenge for me because I didn't want to be receiving feedback so quickly. I wanted to take feedback like maybe a month at a time because it still is something that's hard for me. So I think something I learned about this process is to just have more confidence in myself and know that, look, I will get hard feedback sometimes, but to just brush it off and kind of just hit the ground running and improve. And I think that's what I've done. I've really just taken to heart this feedback and learned ways to improve. It's still not my favorite thing to ask for feedback, and I still get nervous that people are gonna say I didn't do something well enough, but it's something that I've learned about myself, that I'm capable of receiving criticism. So a smart plan to improve. This is for a work situation first. In order to be more emotionally resilient in work situations, I will commit to asking for feedback from my boss or future boss once every 2 weeks. That's the T, time bound, to assess my work and evaluate my performance as an employee, which is the specific. This will require me to work very hard and be capable of having thick skin and receiving feedback from my boss, as well as my coworkers and those I interact with. That's agreed upon because it's including coworkers. This will help me produce work that will engage our audience of students, alumni, and faculty. This is measurable. If this assessment doesn't prove to be frequent enough or too frequent to measure my performance, I will allot more time and energy into receiving feedback. And that's realistic. And then in terms of how this could work into a non-work situation, I think even with like friends, obviously I wouldn't say like assess feedback from my boss, but in terms of my communication level, like be open and vulnerable with my friends in my communication and ask if I'm being a good friend, if I'm being loyal, and if they tell me I'm not or I need to improve, that I can improve that emotional resiliency and be there for them, and try and think of ways to always improve as a friend and be emotionally resilient if they tell me ways I need to improve, and just taking that and trying to find ways to be better.